I just done that classic thing where I started drying my hair and then got so bored halfway through, so now I've got like half soggy hair. That'll do. Good morning guys, welcome back to another moving vlog. I'm not really sure how to start this one. It's a beautiful day. I've got soggy hair. There's your intro. This is actually not the angle for me to talk to you at. This is gonna just increase my hunchback no end, really. So let's go and sit down and I'll fill you in. Right, nestling in between the radiator and the wardrobe. Hi, how are you? Feel like I haven't spoken to you for ages. I'm a terrible friend. I don't really want to dwell on it because I don't know, I don't think that's what people come to these videos for, but I'm just gonna sort of round it up as I took a few days off sick. I don't really know what it is. I've tried to sort of explain this like 5 times now in this video, and every single time I do, I just trail off into a load of nonsense. I don't know whether it's the time of year. I don't know whether it's like the change of literally everything in my home and work life. My period doing me proud and my hormones creating a crazy circus. Whether it's down to some pretty hard stuff that I've been doing in therapy, which she did kind of say would leave me feeling pretty discombobulated. Or whether it's literally just down to some stuff that is happening in my personal life at the moment that's really difficult. Oh, thank you. I've summed it up on Instagram as feeling like a human rain cloud. But today I feel a little bit brighter, and I think a lot of that is actually down to me being a little bit productive yesterday. While I was kind of like coming out of hibernation yesterday, I was like a bear emerging from a cave, and I started to sort of feel a little bit more like myself. I kind of went into full independent woman mode and I reached for my IKEA toolkit and I did some things that have been on the list for ages, and I unpacked some packages and actually put them to use. So I had a really productive day yesterday, and I've added quite a lot of finishing touches to the bedroom. I think the feeling of like accomplishing a DIY task, no matter how small, like these are not big things, they're just literally like little finishing touches on the bedroom, but no matter how small, there's a real feeling of satisfaction and completion and like pride. Like I was chatting to my friend Gabby about it yesterday, and she was saying that she finds like DIY related things really positive for her mental health as well, and I can fully understand that, because I don't know, when there's like a task at hand like that, I'm sure a lot of people get it with their job and their work as well, but when there's like a task at hand like that, like a DIY job that you really have to focus in on, and there's like movement involved in it, and it's almost like brain to hand, like concentration, I don't know, it's almost like doing something creative or drawing or something like that. So anyway, I'm rambling so hard. Let me show you some little developments that have happened to the bedroom after my DIY whirlwind yesterday. So please do ignore the stepladder. That is not a permanent feature to this room. It's just like while everything's getting done in here, it's quite a good handy place to keep it. So this is what you saw last time. You saw the peach wall, the matching duvet, blah blah blah. We finally have some bedside lights, which is amazing. I don't have to ruin my eyeballs and read to fairy lights anymore. But we've gone for these really quite cool little hanging vintage light bulbs. Basically, I hunted high and low for something like this because it seemed everywhere like you kind of had to build your own, and obviously my knowledge about all of this, as we all know by now, is less than limited. It's almost non-existent. So the thought of trying to build my own wiring electricals bedside light wasn't gonna happen. But eventually I found this website, I'll try and remember to link it down below actually, where you can literally just sort of construct your own one of these. So you could choose the colour of the cord and the length, you could choose the colour of this bit. It didn't come with the light bulb, we had to buy those separately, but we've gone for this really nice warm amber vintage style light, and they look really cool when they're lit up because they've got these like long like vintage filaments to them. Very minimal. I feel like a lot of people will hate these, but we think they're really cool. We've literally just like screwed little hooks into the wall so that they can hang down, and then if you move up the bed, this was my handiwork yesterday. So let me come over here a little bit so you can see better how it all fits. But I popped this little picture rail above the bed as well, which I think looks so cute. I think I'm gonna change out this frame and maybe this picture too. I think the black is a little bit harsh. I really like the way that's turned out. I'm fairly sure there's a little bit of a wonk going on. That seems to be a little bit of a theme with this house, so I mean, I'm not mad. A little bit of wonk never hurt anybody, did it? I did use my phone as a spirit level, but looking at it now, I can literally see that it's like, boop. So this is a Decenio one, which we used to have. If you've been watching for a while, you might remember this being on the staircase of the flat up to the office. But these are both from Society 6. I'll try and link them down below. I loved this. I love these like buttery yellow colours in there, and then just couldn't resist this. I thought that was so sweet, and I really liked the little difference in size to them as well. I think maybe I need one that's kind of like mid size to kind of balance it out a bit better, but for now those will do absolutely fine. That's just reminded me though, actually I need to go to the post office because there's a Desenio package waiting. Not sponsored, this is not going to be an advert, I promise. I bought some Desenio prints that I really like the look of for this room. I think they were for this room, or were they for the living room? I can't remember, we'll find out later. And you might have spotted these just hanging on the walls as well. Let me get them down and show you. These are a couple of little tapestries which I spotted on Urban Outfitters Home, absolute fave. They have such nice things at the moment. I thought these would go so perfectly. So obviously this one is really warm and peachy toned, and I thought this might look quite nice either hanging on my side of the bed over there, or maybe up on the middle bit over there. It's on this like canvas. I definitely could have done this myself on reflection, but hopefully it might give you guys a couple of ideas of little DIYs you could do. And then this one is more for the living room because this kind of mustardy yellow is going to be a real feature of the living room hopefully. But this one is almost like a little tufty, it's almost like a rug really. It feels like it could be a rug. But it's this really lovely sunshine tapestry with little tassels on there, and I just thought they add a little bit of texture to the wall, don't they? There's something a little bit different rather than just loads and loads of prints. We still have our old duvet on the floor here because I think I'm going to take it to the vets. I'm pretty sure they accept old bedding for like dogs and animals that they look after, so I'm going to go and drop that off. But Flo's taken a bit of a liking to it recently. This seems to be her new bed of choice, so it's really going to break her heart. This corner is still like a wiring dumping ground, which I really need to sort. Does anybody have any great storage hacks for things like hair dryers and steamers and toothbrush chargers? Like, this is not okay. These bits down here are just our like decorating clothes from when we did the room. And I also need to show you this. So yesterday, there I was, doing my work, minding my own business in the office, when I suddenly heard an almighty crash and presumed that Flo had knocked a load of stuff off the side. I thought she'd been climbing on these drawers and like knocked everything flying. So came in like ready to tell her off, like, oh Florence, what are you doing? And the first thing I saw was Flo like crouched down, staring at the fireplace in complete shock. She'd been fast asleep on the duvet in front of it. Lo and behold, it actually wasn't her. A bit of the chimney had fallen in. It's great. Good. So now that you've seen this, I wanted you to see it in all its hilarious glory. I can now clean this up. But basically, this huge chunk of chimney has fallen off. It's like proper stone. So that's interesting. We've had little bits of debris like falling on these white tiles ever since we moved in. But I mean, nothing that could quite be part of Stonehenge like this. I'm guessing that maybe like a bird is nesting at the top or something and keeps dislodging little bits. But we're booked in to get the roof done in March, so I'm thinking that when the roofers come, they can take a little look at it and see. And until then, we'll just have to hope that the entire chimney doesn't fall through. See, on the surface and on Instagram, it might look like we're making progress. Actually, the place has bloody fallen to bits. I guess that's house-related dilemma of the day. There seems to be one every video now, doesn't there? Last time it was the gas. Oh, by the way, I'll fill you in on that in a bit. Let me just finish quickly showing you these little bits. Because the other thing I did yesterday, I did the curtains. I'll try and remember to pop a little before picture up so that you can see the difference that these have made. But we've gone for these really lovely floor length white curtains. They're from a company called the Secret Linen Company. I'm hoping that you're going to be able to see the camera pick up like the type of material it is. It's this really lovely, it's almost like a light denim-y linen. And they're just so bright and crisp and fresh. They look really, really lovely. Having to do a little bit of DIY right now. Yep, we're using my hair clips as tie backs. And then you might remember the big old chunky curtain pole we had. I've swapped that out for this really pretty, almost like a brushed brass. And then they've got these lovely little fluted glass balls on the end. So if I just pan out now, but how nice does that look? It's unbelievable, the difference. I'd really recommend that curtain brand as well. I'll link them down below. The way it was all packaged and stuff, it was done with such care, and it came with a free Tea Pigs tea bag, which I was absolutely buzzing about. And they were a really decent price too. They had a bit of a winter sale going on, so I got them for like, I think they were about 70 quid. I mean, how much are you supposed to pay for curtains? I have no idea. I've never bought any before. My only question now though is, do I get a matching one of those just as a single for this window here? Or do I go for something completely different? I literally have no idea. So if anybody's got any suggestions, I fitted the curtain pole already, but obviously we need something to cover this. Next to the curtains, I also put up a little screw for this little canvas which we have. I got this ages ago from a little independent artist, but I've always thought it's so cute. It's really, really sweet and pretty. I love that. And obviously this needs to be brightened up because this looks so yellow now next to the white walls. It is on my list of things to do. I need to ask my mum actually what type of sandpaper I need to get to do woodwork, because the skirting boards really need doing as well. And I still haven't decided about the fireplace. All these things that I still need to do. Maybe we're not as finished in here as I thought we were. But we're getting there. Some nice little finishing touches there anyway, which have made such difference. The curtains especially. Like, blew my mind when I put them up. I was like, this literally looks like a different room. Crazy. And I now need to head to the post office and then go and pick up my Desenio prints, which actually are a UPS thing. So I think they've actually been delivered to the laundrette. So let's go. I'm actually quite hungry though. I haven't actually gone out yet. I sat down at my desk to quickly reply to an email and then just got sucked into work things. So I've actually just put together a load of ideas for, if you watch our Florida vlogs, you'll know that we went with attractiontickets.com. They were so awesome to work with. They're literally one of my favorite brands I've ever had the pleasure of working with. And I'm going to be doing a little video for their channel all about like our top tips for people who've never been to Florida before. So I imagine for people who are like seasoned Disney experts, they're going to be really obvious. But I think when you've never been, like, it's just so overwhelming. It's the most like intense holiday. So I've just been putting together some ideas for that and I've sent that over to them, but I've been meaning to do that for days, so it's actually really good that I sat and got that done. And then got an email through on my personal email, just like a newsletter from Anthropology. And you know, I just showed you on the curtains that we're tying them back with actual hair clips right now, just to like give them something to hold them back. I've spotted these tie backs on Anthropology and they are so beautiful. I mean, how ridiculous are they? They are so pretty. So you have like this bit screwed into the wall and then the curtain like slots behind there. I think they look really lovely in the room, but I mean, less lovely. Cool. I'm gonna hold off though because A, I'm absolutely skint. This has been the longest month of my entire life and I can't be buying stuff that is not for survival purposes basically. And also I think tomorrow I'm thinking, would it be quite fun maybe to do like a shop with me homeware video? Someone, I can't remember who it was, I was watching someone the other day go to HomeSense and I have never been to HomeSense. There's literally never been one close enough to me to go. I might go to HomeSense and take you guys with me and vlog it while I'm there and we can have a look at all the stuff. Maybe just get a little bit of inspo and write a bit of a list and maybe get a couple of little bits. So I'm thinking maybe they'll have curtain tie backs. So I'm gonna hold off till I've been there, I think. Anyway, I've done that little bit of work now. So now I'm gonna head to the post office and the laundrette and then go via Tesco's to get something for lunch because your girl is hungry. Back. I had a really nice little walk actually. It is the most beautiful day. The sun is gorgeous. There's literally not a cloud in the sky, but it's still really chilly. It's like the best kind of weather. And I got the bus to the laundrette. Excellent. Picked up my Desenio package. That was really easy. But then I missed the bus literally by 30 seconds on my way back. So I walked home and it was actually really nice getting a little bit of fresh air, having a little wander. So I'll show you what I got, shall I? I dropped off my ASOS package, which I've been meaning to return for literally ages. I bought a sports bra for running. Might as well have just worn a big sock. It was rubbish and like wasn't like holding them. You know when you run and you want a bra that's gonna like hold your boobs? It was literally doing nothing. So I sent that back and bought another one. I'll let you know how I get on. I popped into Tesco's because we needed a few bits. So very exciting haul. Picked up some bin bags. Ooh, some blueberries, because this is what I like to have on my porridge in the mornings. I had blueberry porridge this morning and it set me right up for the day. Picked up some of these thin bagels. These are really good to have in the cupboard for me to have for lunch. I don't really like proper bagels too much like wadge of bread, but these thin ones, I really like them. And I told you this was exciting. I also bought some toilet roll, which is great news for everyone involved. Okay, then a bit more excitingly, I popped into one of the charity shops. There was 2 of these in the window. They both had a label on that said £10, so I presumed that it was going to be £10 for the set. In the end, it turned out they were £10 each, which I thought, A little bit steep for a charity shop, but you can't really complain. So I just got one in the end. I might go back for the other one. But I really love the colour of this like amber kind of glass. I thought it was really pretty little bowl. And I'm going to use it to keep like tea lights and wax melts and that kind of thing in. I actually got sent a couple of wax melts the other day. So here we go. Wax melt bowl. I just thought that was really pretty. I like the little detail in the shape. Love the colour. I think it's gonna look awesome in the living room whenever we get around to doing this. Oh, and these wax melts, if you're interested, because I'd seen these all over Instagram, so I was quite intrigued when they got in touch and said they wanted to send some. They're by Ava May Aromas, and I've got Spring Awakening and Millionaire. And basically they like take like famous perfume scents and turn them into wax melts. It's a really cool, clever idea. And they're lovely, but they are probably the strongest wax melts I think I've ever used in my entire existence. They literally make the entire house smell, and if you're sitting in the room where you're burning them, it's really strong. Like, they're lovely and I really like them, but I'm only going to use them when I've got all the windows open, because honestly they are super duper strong. So that's my thoughts on those. And also, this plastic packaging is silly, but I just couldn't leave this behind. Thought that was really pretty. And seeing as I said about doing a home sense come shopping with me, I was also thinking about doing a charity shop homeware come shopping with me. That might be quite fun. There's quite a lot on our high street, which I found a few little gems in so far, so hopefully if I took you with me. I don't know what they're like about filming in charity shops though. Are they a bit funny about it? Maybe. Anyway, last but not least, my Decor package. This is not an advert, I promise. I've worked with them in the past. I've done 2 or 3 adverts with them, I think. This is not. I just really love their prints, so I've gone back as a paying customer. Unfortunately, because I'm not being paid, I haven't got a discount code for you, but I'll show you the ones that I bought anyway. 2 of the gold frames, which is lucky because I've decided that the gold ones look best in the bedroom. So I've got one slightly bigger size and one little one. To be quite honest, I cannot remember what prints I've bought, so this is as much of a surprise for you as it is for me. And one thing I really like about Decor is that they come flat rather than rolled up. The Society 6 ones came rolled up, and then they just always look a little bit creased from then on, don't they? Oh my god, I love this. Yes. Isn't this just perfect for the bedroom? Like, obviously the rainbow shape that I'm absolutely obsessed with at the moment, but then these really warm toned pinks and peaches, corals, and then it's got a little bit of gold metallic detail to it. That could literally not be more perfect for our room. And then the second one I bought, which on reflection will probably be better to save for the living room, but I might see how it looks, because I feel like green and peach might either be awful or it might be really nice. So this is like a botanical vintage cactus plants gardener's world moment. Nice old-fashioned illustrations, and obviously we've got a lot of plants around this house, as you can see, our new parlour palm. So they're my new prints, and that is my little haul from the local high street. It's not very often I give you these, but this is a genuinely useful life hack. If you are using oil burners and you have a little wax melt at the top, I never use oils, I always use wax melts. It can be really hard to get the wax out, but the best way of doing it is you take your burner, your little holder thing, and you put it in the bloody freezer, and then that freezes that freezes the wax. Have I gone mad? No, this is genuinely a useful tip. It freezes the wax, and then once it's frozen, it literally slides out. Honestly, it's genius. Also, I was gonna tell you this later, but now that you can see all the madness around me, we're back to living in a madhouse, but there is a reason for it. Oh, this is actually a great spot to put you on the fireplace. That's like the perfect height. Okay, so story time and update. Told you a couple of times I think now. One of the big things that we're really looking forward to getting done has been the living room floor. We're getting like a proper wooden floor put in, and I'm so excited for it. It's the first kind of big visible thing that we've booked in and put money aside for. I think I told you a couple of weeks ago that it was due to happen last Friday, and the day before it was due to happen. So I think, yeah, maybe even the Wednesday or the Thursday, I got an email from the company. It's a small like independent company that we're using to do it. And basically their van got broken into, which obviously meant that they had to put all of their appointments on hold. So it was quite disappointing, but I just felt so bad for them. Like, as a small company, anything happening to your transport or your workers or whatever is just a nightmare. And I was just imagining like all the sassy people being rude to them and being awful and whatever. They then pushed it back to the Tuesday afterwards. So only literally like 3 days later than it should have been. So that weekend we cleared the entire floor of the living room, which is why It looks like a freaking madhouse around me and all the plants are like everywhere. I'll show you the full extent in a minute. So it's basically gone back to being the bare bones of a room. Everything is up in the office. Don't even talk to me about the office. It is mental. Then Monday morning, I popped an email over to ask what time they'd be getting here on Tuesday. And they then replied to say that obviously because they'd pushed jobs back because of the van, they were now 6 days behind schedule. Really disappointing, and like, and obviously because we cleared the room and stuff, it was like, oh God. What can you do? You know, it's one of those things, you can be disappointed, but I mean, you can't get angry at that, like that's nobody's fault. So it's now being done next Tuesday, but that is why this room just looks absolutely mad, because we've had to move everything out of it and there was no point in setting it all up again to then move it all back this weekend. So all the stuff that was on the silver shelves we've had to just dump everywhere. We've got a few bits on it. Oh, this is the other new mirror we've got, by the way. How nice is it? I really love it. Huge big circle mirror. Lovely stacks of flooring just waiting and ready to be put into place. But then all along the windows we've just got so much random stuff. And I mean, it just looks mad. Oh, and this is the little bit of cross stitch that I've been doing recently. I decided to treat myself to a few crafty bits because it helps so much with my brain. And I bought myself this little Winnie the Pooh cross stitch bunting. I might do it as a little prezi for Adam's nephew, I think, but so far I've done Igor and Tigger, and I'm currently halfway through Pooh Bear. But they've turned out nicely, haven't they? I'm really pleased with them, they're so cute. I'm pretty rubbish at it, not gonna lie, like the backs are so messy, but I find it really therapeutic. I could sit and do it for literally like all weekend. Does anyone else like briefly, temporarily on a Wednesday live for Bumble Air Wednesdays on Radio 1? It's literally like my favourite time of the week. Bumble Air. Moment of truth. This is future Lucy, here to prove it to you. Look at that. She's a wise one. So you can bet £10 million that I'm going to change this as soon as the camera goes off. But this is what I've gone for. So I've decided that the vintage one actually looks quite nice up there. Maybe a little bit of a plant theme going on, especially because we've got that big boy in the corner there. Does that look rubbish? I don't know. And I've just popped the rainbow one up on the fireplace with a couple of other bits and quite like how that looks on there. So, yeah, nice ponytail going on here today. I think that looks quite nice on there, but then maybe I should swap that. Wait a minute, that's what that one looks like on there. I think that's too small. I think maybe these horizontal ones need to almost be like stacked with like a big one behind it. I'll have to go and see what else we've got. And then there's the rainbow one up on there. Maybe I do like that better. Does it look a bit square though? I don't know, you guys will have to tell me what you think and then I'll just do whatever is the most popular. I think I'm gonna actually wrap this one up for today because fingers crossed Adam is gonna be home early a little bit from work today. He was out in Milton Keynes for a meeting, and maybe cook a nice little dinner together or something. That'd be cute. Although, oh my god, this reminds me, I haven't filled you in on the whole gas leak dicing with death malarkey. Do you know what? It's proper made me like so much more chilled about everything to do with this house. Like when the chimney like fell down yesterday, I was like, well, it doesn't really matter because we didn't explode, so it's fine. We managed to get an engineer, like a specialist gas engineer, to come round the day after, and it actually didn't take him too long to identify the problem. So he came in and started capping off certain particular areas of the gas so that he could then check the pressure levels and figure out where it was coming from. And he quickly identified that it was somewhere near the hob. And I mean, in terms of worst case scenarios of where you can have a gas leak, having one on your hob is pretty bad because obviously like there's lots of fire, lots of flames. So again, total miracle that Adam didn't literally like turn the hob on one day and whoosh, that we had a faulty hob basically, which is really bad. Thank goodness we found it though and escaped escaped a giant fireball basically. So he disconnected the hob, turned the gas back on, we were all safe and sound, but we haven't had a hob since. It turns out cooking without a hob is really limiting. We have eaten so much roasted food. So it's not the end of the world. It's cost us a few £100s that we weren't expecting to fork out. Keeping it real, and I feel like people are always interested in stuff like this, aren't they? It cost us 120 quid for the gas man to come out, 180 quid for a new hob, 100 quid to have the new hob installed. Like, it's stuff like that in this whole process. Anytime you have to fork out money that you're not expecting to fork out, it's always a little bit painful, isn't it? And that's why you've got to have savings. You've got to have that like pot there ready to spend on stuff that you're not expecting. But anyway, that's all sorted nearly. We just need the new hob. Thank you all for being very concerned and very nice about it. It does make everything a lot better, you know, when I've got you lot telling me that everything's going to be okay and that you're very glad we didn't die. I'm very happy about that too. Still really enjoying it. Do you know what? I'm really enjoying like picking up a screwdriver and trying to do stuff, and then the feeling afterwards of actually managing to do stuff. Like, it took me so long to do that curtain pole yesterday, so long, and the feeling of doing it afterwards, I was like, get in. I want to try some more stuff, so maybe I'll do a few more videos while I like try to learn stuff. If there's anything you'd like me to have a go at, or that you think I could maybe, if you're inspired by anything in this house and you think, oh, Lucy could definitely have a go at doing that, let me know what it is, because I might agree and I might get stuck in with it. I know tiling is one thing that I do really want to do. I want to redo those tiles, although maybe not new tiles while the chimney seems to be caving in before our very eyes. So signing off from the peach room. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you very soon with another video.